Okay, everyone, picking up the conversation that we had in our last video, which I would say I'm 80% sure you probably should not watch unless you just want to hear some rants and personal stories and shit like that. But we're going to try to keep today a lot more focused, which is on the subject matter of real estate teams. Should you, this video, by the way, for anyone watching, is actually directed at other real estate agents. I never really make these because first, no one cares. No one, cares what I have to say about this. But this one is directed at other real estate agents because I occasionally get asked this. Okay, I will, with kind of my unique way of doing business as I've done. I'll have people hit me up and they're like, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting into real estate. Do you have any advice or stuff like that?" And sometimes the question comes up, should I join a real estate team? And I'm like, man, it's almost like the ultimate case of it depends. So it really is a case of, man, you got to have an honest conversation with yourself. And this is kind of what I would advise someone if I was being asked. You've got to have an honest conversation with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses. For a lot of people, I think the correct answer is you probably should join a real estate team, because kind of how that works, just so you guys understand, is, and again, I'm speaking to any other agents that might watch this, or if you've ever thought about getting into real estate, here you go. Typically, you join a real estate team and, you've got the shit detail is what it is. Like you're like the janitor for the real estate team now. So basically your job largely is prospecting. And that is a gross term that we don't like. I'm sure I do it. Yeah, I put out things into the world to try to get business. Of course, we all do that. Most people do it, in my opinion, in a gross way, which is you get a bunch of strangers' phone numbers and you just start calling them and trying to fucking sell them a house. I mean, it's completely obnoxious. I never go into real estate offices anymore. When I occasionally used to, half the reason I would is because I wanted to hear the things that I never wanted to do or become. And cold calling other human beings is one of those things for me. Just not something that I'm willing to do because I don't take any pride in annoying people, even though I probably annoy you when you watch videos. So you're going to cold call the shit out of people, and any deals that sometimes the team leader will send you a deal and be like, hey, you're going to do this deal, right? Like you're going to kind of do all the shit on this one. And typically you're going to maybe make 50% of the commission on it. So you're going to make less if you're on a team. Frankly, me having to diversify my business and bring on other people to help me means I actually make less. Now, in theory, you do more business, but you make less on that business, right? So it all kind of balances out. But it is the nature of the game. But the ultimate answer is, like, you've got to be honest with yourself in terms of this. Are you good? Like, do you have some skill set? You just got your real estate license. Do you have some sort of plan or skill set that will enable you to just go out on your own, independent from a team, and just get business? Like, are you good at that? Like, do you have some sort of marketing strategy? Are you extremely well known in your community? Because that's what it is for a lot of people. They just go, well, everyone knows me, so I'm going to get my real estate license. You're not wrong. It's not a bad strategy. It's just lazy. It's just a lazy strategy. So anyway, you don't need me right now. You go lay down. You go do something else with your life. So you need it. That's the main thing you need to be honest about. Like, do I need someone to serve as a mentor and help get me on my feet? Or would I rather do that process on my own? Because on your own, of course, the benefit you have is that you would make everything on your deals minus whatever your brokerage split would be, which could be, I mean, who knows? When I was first at a brokerage, it was like 60-40 for about 7 deals a year. And you're like, shit, when you're new, I don't even know if I'm going to do 7 deals a year. So, I mean, you took a major hit. And then if you're in the coaching program, it's even more. I mean, it's kind of nonsense in my opinion. But, take me. I'm someone, if you guys couldn't tell from occasionally, seeing me talk in videos, I'm not someone who wanted a lot of outside influence. To be very clear, I specifically did not want anyone influencing what I was going to do to go build my business and kind of my niche little thing that I did here. Even when I changed brokerages, the conversation, this is not verbally how the conversation went, but the message that was given to my new brokerage essentially was, look, I'm looking for a place to come for you to not take very much of my split because I don't need anything from you. So respectfully, I'm looking for a place to hang my license. You guys keep me compliant and just kind of stay the fuck out of my way. Like, just let me do my thing, right? I still don't think my brokerage has any clue about what I actually do, which is weird. You would think at some point they would be like, what does he do? Like, you know, like we never see him, but he does deals and there's other states involved. Like, you'd think at some point they would actually want to learn from the perspective of, I don't know, learning something different, but no. So that's kind of what you have to ask yourself, Mr. New Agent Man, which is, am I competent to go out and do all this on my own? Because I can tell you, it's tough, man. And especially it's tough if you're going to go do the traditional shit of like knocking on doors and hosting open houses and like cold calling and mailers. And I mean, I'm not kidding. This is the shit that actually still happens in the real estate industry. It's archaic. It's like people don't understand that the internet exists, like, or they buy Zillow leads and, but that's still, at the end of the day, that's cold calls. You're just cold calling leads that you paid for. So you've got to have that heart to heart with yourself. And I can't answer that for you. You've got to really acknowledge, am I that self-starter, that like hard-charging dude who can go out and make it happen? Or do I need mentorship and structure because I'm not used to doing that on my own? I was used to having structure. I've been in the entrepreneur is kind of a cliched term these days, but I've been an entrepreneur for shit since I was 23. I don't think I've had a job since, probably 23 is about the last time I had a job. So I'm used to that, which is why I was confident I could do it on my own. For you, that's the question, man. And you got to truthfully acknowledge, like, there's no shame with joining a real estate team to go, look, I want to go in, I want to learn the ropes, kind of show me how things work. Eventually, if you're good, you'll move on and you'll do it on your own. And people that own teams, they understand that because they're like, well, eventually you might get good enough that you don't need me or want me anymore. But unless you just have a lot of fun here because it's awesome, like my thing, right? You get to do cool shit when you're part of my shit. So anyway, that's kind of what it comes down to. You got to have a heart-to-heart with yourself. Guys, let's wrap it up. I have never felt more long-winded in my entire life. I don't have very much to add to your life, and I'm sorry for detracting and probably not teaching you anything of value in these videos. I can see the look of disappointment in his stupid face right now. He's completely disappointed in me. I'm disappointed in you too, so burn. Let's wrap it up. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll see you next week. If you need real estate help, I don't think I've been saying that lately. If you need real estate help, let us know. As you probably got from this video, we kind of operate all over the place because we have agents in a lot of different states. So we have connection points. That's kind of a lot of what we do is helping you connect all the pieces of the puzzle. And then we go, perfect. The team is in place. Now you guys who all live in North Carolina or whatever, you guys will actually go make the deal happen, but we kind of help you assemble that team for you, right? And it doesn't cost you anything, which is cool. Like if you ever hit us up for real estate help, you're like, oh, I know you guys are in Utah, but I'm in Florida and like I could use some help in buying a place. Doesn't even cost you anything, right? Because it's just a deal between us and the other agents. So anyway, let us know if you ever need anything. It's a good gig for you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll see you soon.